Hey guys, Scott Short here at Empire Home Loan Corporation. My NMLS number is 225998. My California DRE license 01074493, long number, but she has easier numbers. Go.
Hi, Christy Rada, Farmers Insurance, Christy Rada's agency. I've been in the business over 20 years now, so I'm here to help.
Boom. So one thing great about Christy is that we all know Steve Larson from the past. We sadly passed away, but she worked for Steve Larson for how many years?
17 years.
17 years, and when Steve passed, you took over the practice because you were pretty much the boss anyway.
Yes.
And so we appreciate Christy. Christy's keeping up what Steve did in the past with the realtors and stuff, so she's a phenomenal resource. So insurance, boom, we'll talk about later how to get a hold of her. But today, we're here at Reliable Home Solutions, a manufacturer dealership in West Sacramento. You can probably see the unit behind us. This is what they call a park model. And being the ADUs, accessory dwelling units, are such a hot topic nowadays that manufactured homes, be this size of prop unit or a bigger unit, is one in the back of people's backyard. So I'm bringing my expert in to give me some heads up on the manufacturer. So let's say if we use this unit here, this 400 square foot or less, it's called a park model. If I'm going to put this in a park, like an RV park, how does insurance? Can you work insurance that way? Can you get them insured?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we have different places that we can place it. We used to have more options. Now we have worked hard to learn the other options and to find out what's available for the usage. If it's rented out, if you're living there primarily, there's different places that take different risks.
Cool. So is it? Are you seeing any complexity? I mean, that's always complex, but is it? Are you still able to get the insurance for people who buy these units?
Yes, we are finding places. It just takes a little longer. So when you have made a decision, or even before, if you're thinking about making a decision, let your insurance person know early so they can shop it out. It takes a little more time than we're used to right now in this culture market.
Yeah.
And so just give us time to place it because it depends on if it is in a park or on foundation and who takes what.
So let's say that. Let's go. I appreciate you. She gave you a good segue here. So let's say if we put this unit on my own land I own, I'm going to cement it down. Well, I'm going to affix it to the land, so it's going to be now considered real estate. Does that differ in your searching for insurance?
Absolutely,
okay.
Because sometimes if you have an active homeowners policy, and let's say it's a mother-in-law quarter into you, we can make it a separate structure on your existing home insurance policy, and it's super cheap and awesome.
Okay.
If it's standalone or rented out, that's when we have to think, is it a different entity or a separate structure? So that's up to your insurance professional.
So you say different entity. What's that mean, different entity? What's that mean?
Like if you're renting it out, it has its own address. They get their own mail. That makes it a little different.
Okay. Go. So that's the kind of thing. So are you seeing any hiccups that that you're able to kind of navigate around lately that in the past were not navigatable? Is that a word?
Yes, navigatable. Yes, it has changed so much. We used to write through Foremost. They pulled out from writing manufactured homes, hopefully temporarily, but that's what's happening a lot out there. So we are riding the wave and just figuring out where to place everybody and give them good coverage for what they need. So we take the risk and then find who accepts the risk with still a good policy to make sure the coverage is where we want it.
So you would say, like you said earlier, the best practice is call before you buy.
early and often, yes.
Right. So let's say this now, the bad word of the day is fair plan.
Yes.
So what are you seeing from your experience? How far the line are you seeing where it's starting to become a request? If we come from Northern California down to El Dorado Hills, Lincoln, where are you kind of seeing the now as you head towards Sacramento?
Lincoln, we just for our regular home, we did. It was not bad premium, so it is address to address.
But is it required, right, in Lincoln or no?
Fair plan?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so good. So where do you think you're seeing that the line to cut? Where fair plan is going to be? Where you need to start asking that question.
Placer, El Dorado Hills, Auburn.
As you go up.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, elevation.
Cool. And then let's say this. Let's say if you're in an area that you got a lot of trees around you, they should probably take a picture. How can people work that where it's going to help you with your job?
If you think it's going to be fair plan, it's best you can call anybody. We can just run the address through and see if the fair plan's required.
Okay.
If you're a realtor or a lender, if you're at the house, fair plan requires pictures within like 5 days.
Wow.
With the number of the home on it.
Okay.
So if you're just there and you know this is an option, just snag a picture of the address with the house in the background. You could text it to any insurance person.
Okay.
And with the address, we'll run it, say, okay, no fair plan, or yes, now we can get a quote because we have these current pictures of what they need of the home you're looking at.
when you're looking at the property as an agent and you're starting to see trees or stuff like that close, I mean, how far are you required by your insurance carriers to have the trees away from the house? Is there some limits and all? You have fire logs and stuff. There's some a brush or whatever. What are you seeing?
They want 100 feet clear.
Okay.
But like sometimes it's hard. You have trees that are supposed to be there. Like it's not a brush area. Basically, it's address right now.
Okay.
And they're trying to go more house to house now. They're using drones. They're using technology now to help actually get an assessment of, are they on a hill with a brush? Because hills are very dangerous.
Yep.
The fire just goes. So right now it's kind of a blanket panic thing requiring the fair plan. But they're getting smarter. They're trying to help. They're trying to give discounts for fair plan.
So that's a good thing. No, I've heard something. There's like, if you have like some kind of association in your area that helps with the fair plan thing. Do you know what that is? Can you help me? Because I learned enough, but I'm too dangerous. Let me just you tell us.
Yeah, you know enough to be dangerous.
Yeah.
There is a community that you can get involved with. There's a list, and I can send it to anybody who wants it. You can look at it online. But where everybody gets together in a community. Let's say you're in a concrete jungle. You're not going to burn as hard as the other places. So there's a list of things, and you have to get a community organizer and a list of are the gutters shuttered so the ashes don't get right into the house and burn. There's a list of things that you comply with. Once you have that, you can send it in for a discount on the fair plan or to try and get removed from the fair plan eventually.
So we'll put links on this for that. But that's good because I know like with flood insurance, I live in Greenhaven. I'm pretty close to the Tyne River, probably not too far.
Don't get me started on flood.
And we've been we were marked out of the flood zone because of levee stuff, but I still have flood insurance. I don't care. I ain't stupid. I'm not stupid. So that's kind of stuff you want to do. Is even though you're not required to have it, if you don't have it and you have a problem, what happens?
Yep.
There's no insurance, right?
No insurance. Good luck with FEMA.
Exactly, dude. So let's say, anything else with, let's say, a regular manufactured house on somebody's land. Let's say it's, is there a size you have to have a minimum for insurance?
No.
Okay.
So what matters with the manufactured home is who will accept the policy. So some like the parks because they're right there.
Right.
Some likes open land because they're more likely to be firmly in the ground.
Right. They're attached.
Yes. That's why we ask those questions, and then we say, okay, who does this? Who does this? Here's your quote.
Boom. Now, are you seeing a pickup on this conversation, or is that just not hitting?
Very much so.
Okay,
it's coming.
Yeah, because the value here, I was telling Christy that if you put an 80 or 720 in your backyard, if you do stick up, you build it from ground up with whatever, that probably take you 12 to 18 months with labor, permits, blah blah. You buy something like this here. You set it all up what you want to do. It's in a factory. You can probably put it on your yard in maybe 4 months. Depends on how fast the factory's getting this stuff out. Stuff.
That's awesome.
So we tell people it's probably roughly maybe half the cost of some properties, maybe half the time, or a fraction. So this is just a option, and I'm glad Chris is here to help us make sure that option is something we need to research insurance before we jump into the swimming pool.
Yes.
And so you would say that if you're looking at a manufactured house and you're going to put it in a park, so that would you still need to double check, make sure with the park stuff, because some parks you either lease the land or own the land, which is kind of weird. But then you have some parks that have home association stuff.
Some have associations.
So in that conversation, how does that play with you if they rent the land versus own the land? Is that a different conversation in a park, or how does it play?
The coverages are going to be about the same.
Okay.
So it's going to be carrier.
Okay.
Is the only difference there.
So are you seeing less carriers?
Premiums about the same.
Are you seeing less carriers in different things?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So less carriers mean maybe more price.
Possibly.
Okay. Not always.
Not
Good.
too
I like
bad.
this. That's good. That's good. So there's no extortion.
No.
Cool.
No.
Anything else you can tell our audience here you've seen recently in the last 6 months with manufactured houses that they should be alerted, to know of or be aware of or think about?
They're just getting much more popular as the housing cost rises.
Yep.
Mother-in-laws, the boomers are.
Yep. The
boomers are here and awesome, but there's now alternatives for some options out there,
right?
And they're wonderful.
Right. And that's
having them close on your property.
Yep.
Also, kids are living with their parents longer.
Right.
Which is an awesome idea for something like that.
I've seen people where the parents move in the manufacturing in the backyard, and rent the front out, and they're all good. So in that conversation, if I'm renting out half my property, have 2 units on there, is that a problem?
Renting out to your kids.
So let's say if I live back in the back unit, right? Let's say I put my in the backyard and I rent the front primary residence. Now it's going to be a rental property. I'm going to live in the back unit. Is there a problem there, or how's that look?
No, we just changed the policy around to match your needs.
Cool.
Prices are still normal.
So would that? So let's say we kind of like a duplex kind of conversation that, but it's not. It's two structures then.
Would be two policies.
Okay, two policies. Okay, cool.
So yes, it's going to be more than you're used to, but you're insuring a whole extra structure.
Right. Okay, good. So that's good. So two policies. Now, would the unit you live in as a primary owner, having considered the primary in the front unit, you're renting out the rental property? Same conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Well, there you go.
Yeah. And
Easy,
sometimes
easy.
separate structures, and then you can add the person to the policy who's like if it's related.
Right. Okay.
Parent
Okay.
or kid.
So let's say that. So let's say we live in the back and our kids live in the front. So that would still, you can put them on the same policy because they're related.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we've done that before.
Man, see, we saved how much money right there.
Hey.
So, Chrissy, how do we get a hold of you?
I am available phone, email. I've got staff, Spanish-speaking staff, quite a few.
So what's your phone number for you?
916-428-4520. Email is crada, R-O-D as in David, D as in David, A, at farmersagent.com.
Now, you're Spanish speaking, that's Yuri probably, right?
Yuri.
How do we get a hold of
and
Yuri?
Emmeline.
Okay.
Same number. We
Same
all
number?
we all get it and go,
So-
you need Yuri.
So Yuri or Emily are your Spanish speaking people, so that's what we got to
Yes.
have, you're covering a lot of the bases.
Yes.
I appreciate
Love
it, man.
it.
Cool, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you coming out to see us. Hope you come, we'll look at the rest of the units and we'll have fun. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
And see the show. And bye.